What's up, guys? I'm not supposed to say guys, but I'm so excited that it's just a reflex. Hello, internet. I am officially back online and back filming videos. It's been a minute, but it's been a crazy couple of years, and most recently a couple of months. As most of you know, I'm on my own, finally in my own brand new studio. And one of the first videos I wanted to get out to you guys was my nightly routine, for lack of a better word. So essentially my nighttime routine is going to be a beast. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I typically am a little bit more on the product side. It's one of those weird things that most people don't really want to address, but as we age, we got to take more care of ourselves. Way more. And so what I'm going to show you guys is my nighttime routine. Now, typically this is going to be my once a week extensive nightly routine, but I will distinguish what is actually my nighttime, like my basics, if I can remember to do it every day. This is my nighttime routine. So first off, if you have any makeup on, I'm going to come in with these little hydropeptide wipes, and I will write everything in all of the links and everything on my YouTube channel and give you all the info about these products in detail. But hydropeptide micellar wipes are a godsend. If you have rough makeup on, you got concealer, you got eye makeup, whatever we'll take it off, whatever it is. So essentially I just go up and drag up along the eye area and take off any eye makeup, especially waterproof mascara and gel liner. And if you're wearing eyelashes, you really want to get in here. Now, micellar water, or micellar, the ingredient is basically a chemical, everybody hates that word, but water and salt and oxygen, those are all chemicals, so just remember that. But essentially micellar water, or micellar, is basically a de-sticking agent of all crud, so it helps to bind everything to it, including makeup and dead skin cells and dirt and oil and all that. So you just get in there, and I basically, depending on how much makeup I'm wearing, will use like 2 or 3 of these bad boys, but you can probably just do 1 if you have everyday makeup. So I'm gonna come through and be very gentle. You always wanna go against, because if you're pulling, you see how that can eventually just force that crease to eventually start causing those little baby lines. So we want to always go against the grain, or against the opposite direction of the lash, and then discard, right? So then my next is going to be the exfoliating routine. So typically this is where I'm going to distinguish. This is a once to twice a week tops, depending on your skin type. I'm a little bit on the oilier side, but I am getting drier, unfortunately, as I get older. So this is going to be at your discretion based on the other stuff you got going on. Now, if you're a swimmer, if you are an everyday athlete, if you're an outdoor person every single day, you do not want to exfoliate every day. Your skin is in a state of healing when you exfoliate, especially if you do it the right way and with the right kind of chemicals. Now, so what this does is it essentially has a physical exfoliant and a chemical exfoliant too. So I love both, because I want the heat from the lactic acid and the vitamin C to be warming up and taking away the dead skin, but then I also want the physical element of it to help with the flakies or that crusty feeling from any sort of makeup, or touching the face, or just everyday dead skin. So you really circular motions, outward, inward, all up where you need it. I always get right up into the kind of crevices of the nose, because this is where I feel like all the flaky skin collects. The brows, hairline, anywhere that you feel like you collect dead skin. Yeah, all up in there. And so this is a warming agent. You're gonna see my flush, right? So if you're more on the sensitive side, like I am, so I have oilier skin, but I also have eczema. So it's a catch-22, because the oil buffers it so I'm not as sensitive, but the eczema makes me flare up and see almost everything, especially allergy season, because we love that. But you will feel these tiny little crystals in your hand, and essentially it's this tiny little particles of, they're crystals, and they're really fine, so they're not supposed to hurt you. You don't want to push though. You want to just circular motions and rinse. So I have a sink over there, and I would normally do that, but since we're live, I'm gonna take that same micellar wipe and just wipe off. Now, if you're in a pinch or you're on the go, just use a second micellar wipe because you don't want to shove that makeup back into your face. But these are the fun exfoliants that are awful for facials because you're laying down and you only have a hot towel, but they're amazing in the shower or with any sort of running water because you can actually get that gritty feeling away from your body because it does stay with you. It's like glitter, it just doesn't go anywhere. So as you can see, that's that pretty little flush that you get, and I typically then would go in and tone the skin, but however, since this is my extensive nightly routine, I will tell you this would be the pause moment where I would do my mask, usually my eye mask, and then my face mask and a décolleté mask. So today, those are going to be done with, because my newest favorite brand I'm bringing in is hydropeptide. So of course the wipes are hydropeptide too. These are all going to be info in the box below. And let me tell you, this is a game changer because if you didn't know about peptides, you're gonna know now. Peptides, long-stranded chain, amino acid chains that rebuild the protein and the collagen in your skin. So not only does this have collagen infused into it and hyaluronic acid, which as we know is always hydrating and plumping out, but this has caffeine, vitamin K, and it has all these other botanicals in it that are amazing for your one-stop shop for puffiness, dark circles, fine lines. It is the gamut for all eye cream or all eye treatment. But they come in a pack of 8. You leave it on for about 20 minutes. You want to make sure you're not getting too close into the lash line because your lashes will poke into this and it'll itch you. But you want to sit kind of right up where the tear duct is and then rotate it around. So it's got some give to it based on your eye shape. I'm sure you guys have seen me do this, but you always want to make sure you can look down because if it shoves into your eye, you can have it water and it defeats the purpose of trying to be anti-inflammatory. Just saying. Oh. So then the second bad boy goes on, and this is where it really gets fun. So now, the décolleté. So as we know, everybody and their brother always concerns themselves at some point with age. Yeah, this is a good look. How you guys doing? Yay. So they concern themselves with age, and it's always in the eyes, right? And the neck. Because this all crepey skin, for some reason, we're not paying attention to how many times we do this, and then we start to age ourselves with these bad boys. So, no more lines, right? Peptides here, peptides here. So, you essentially just want to clean down to your neck and décolleté area too when you are cleansing. But then you get this bib-looking thing that comes out. So they come in a single pack. Now these single-use guys, I believe, are 18 to 21, and I think they come in single-use packs, and this would be something you would do, like I said, once a week, once a month, you know, just as a little extra something, especially if you travel. It's almost like a Biore pore strip. You don't want to have any of the crinkles because you want to make sure that the jelly pad is actually touching skin. So if you need to adjust, that's fine. I typically like to lay down and watch something, or, you know, I'm not sitting up right when I have this on. My masking / kind of once a week to once a month treatment nightly routine is very much this lazy, I've got my LED light, or I've got my microcurrent, I've got something else that I'm doing that is mostly for maintenance for once a month. So it's a little bit more extensive, but it can be done multiple times. So as you can tell, 20 minutes, and then I will come through with my retinol peptide lactic acid vitamin C mask and put that on as well. But you can really just double down and do all of your stuff at once, right? So I would be probably painting my nails, or I'd have a hair mask in the day before I washed it, or I would be planning ahead to have kind of a mini beauty night for my nighttime routine. But it saves you. Honestly, if you're ever concerned with aging at all, you kind of want to get on this route, because even though this looks, yeah, it looks like it looks, you pretty much are going to be staying looking 20 always, because that's the point, right? All these chicks do this shit because we care about staying looking 20. Unfortunately, estrogen thins out the skin, makes it more delicate. So of course, not only do men have, you know, the advantage of the testosterone giving you better keratin and longer lashes, but then you got the testosterone that allows for tougher, more durable skin that, let's face it, doesn't age as fast. So women, we gotta look like idiots in order to keep that dewy, nice, soft, supple skin. So as you can see, I'm going to be sitting here for a good 10 minutes talking to you guys looking like an idiot, but really, y'all are the idiots because I'm going to be anti-aging while you guys age. So, not to be rude, but we really need to talk about peptides because these are the building blocks of the skin. So when you combine it with antioxidants, vitamin C, all of these great vitamins, minerals, and anti-free radical scavengers, right? They go in and they help to prevent the breakdown of the cell of the skin and the cell of the body if you're internally taking antioxidants as well. But topically, right, local to the area, it is creating a environment where your cells don't break down. And if they don't break down, they don't age. And if they don't age, yay, we look 20 all the time. And that's the point. So as we sit here and we infuse peptides into the skin that rebuild the collagen and the elastins and the texture and the plumped out nature of the cell, we are infusing retinol in as well. So yes, the vitamins and minerals, and yay, the good antioxidants, and yay, peptides. But the real money is when you combine it with retinol, because that vitamin, specifically vitamin A, or well, it's derived from vitamin A, it gets in there and it tells the skin to keep producing cells the way that they did when they were 20. And so really you want to make sure that you are giving your body some sort of signal to do that at some point. So obviously exercise, sleep, drinking lots of water, but cardio for your body keeps your metabolism thinking it's in its 20s, right? So retinols, all of this stuff, it's speeding up cellular production. So it is telling the skin, cardio, right? Cardio for your skin. It is giving you more cells and at a faster rate, which is what you were, doing when you were 20, producing cells at a very fast rate. So that's why retinol can be used for acne scarring and brown spots and fine lines and wrinkles, but it also can be used specifically for texture or large pores or any sort of way that you want to keep your skin smooth and soft and line free and blemish or brown spot free too, because let's face it, all of that is stuck in the skin, and if you're speeding up cellular production, you're telling the skin, get that out of there, because it just pushes it out. And I love it because really you're allowing for your body to flush and shed all of that damage that would have stayed there and would continue to stay there. I have clients that, no joke, will sit for years with brown spots, with these deeper lines that they didn't do anything about, and it's because at the time that they started noticing it, they had to play catch up and tell their skin, hey, sorry, we got to wake you up and we got to have you producing cells at the same rate you were at your 20s, but since you weren't doing that for 20 years because you're well into your 40s or 50s and you stopped producing the same kind of collagen at 25, you got 15, 25 years of people just not doing anything about it until it's deep in the skin. And that's where things like Botox and injections and facelifts come into place. And those are thousands, hundreds of dollars, hundreds of thousands, can get into the hundreds of thousands. But, it starts out little Botox, 300 here, 200 here, and then you get a facelift for a couple grand, and then all of a sudden you're getting stuff done every single year, and it's to reverse what you could have done or could have started to do in your 20s. So let's be real. This is a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like it's ridiculous, and you would probably want to live alone if you decided to do my nighttime routine, or my monthly nighttime routine, or my bi-weekly, because I don't do this every night. I will abbreviate and show you what my abbreviated version is, but I tell you this, it is not this extensive. This is a lot. And I commend you if you do this at least every couple of days, because if you do, you have one of those beautiful, dewy, just glowy skin types, and I commend you for it, because those women, I'm telling you, yes, it might be genetics, yes, it might be health and wellness and all the internal stuff they're doing, but I promise you they're using good skincare and they're keeping it moisturized. So for sake of time, it's about 10 minutes, right? So really you would want to leave this on for about 20 to 30. And then I have an LED photo light. And so phototherapy is amazing too, because really red light therapy stimulates collagen as well, and it helps with cell healing, but then blue light is anti-inflammatory and antibacterial. So it is one of the only FDA approved clinical use lights, and the results are phenomenal on it. Anything like anything I've ever seen. I mean, I've never seen any result this quickly with a LED light that has 0 side effect. Usually you have to take the bad with the good and deal with like laser photofacials that hurt like a mother, or a deep chemical peel that, again, itches and burns like a mother, and you have to then deal with a purging process. Even with lasers, you have to deal with a laser burning you the same way chemicals burn you. So really, if you're doing stuff like this and you're slowly with retinols and the right kinds of peptide treatments, infusing it into your skin regularly, and then using a gentle lactic acid exfoliant regularly with vitamin C regularly, you do not have to do all this business, but maybe once a month if you're feeling dehydrated or tired or lethargic. So really, after traveling is probably the best, or after a big birthday, or after maybe your kid turns 5 and goes to school. So don't waste this for the first 5 years of your child's life, because I'm telling you, it's just going to get undone. So wait. Do this when you're ready, and do this when it's absolutely necessary, because that's when it's going to last the longest. Because peptides, if you don't produce them normally, you got to supplement, right? We're supplementing with proteins and vitamins and the stuff that we take after 25. Why don't we do that with skincare? Because as it happens internally, it happens topically as well. And let me tell you, the thing I tell all my clients is, if you were standing on a desert island and you had a wound and you had some vodka and you had a stitch and some needle and thread, would you sterilize the incision? You had the wound, right? Would you sterilize right around where you're going to make the sewing marks? Would you sterilize your tools, or would you drink the vodka? The answer is all of it, because you want to get it at the surface level, and then you want to get it internally. So you best believe I'm taking collagen supplements and vitamin C supplements, and I'm taking all kinds of good stuff for internal, because I want it to show on my skin. But I also want it to get right into the skin, so I put it on topically. But if you do both, this business can only happen maybe once a month, and plan it around a big event or after a big trip, because that's really when you're going to repair and do the most protection against that damage. Because if you travel, if you don't get enough sleep, always know that this is kind of what this is for, is those extra little oomph days where you really need a little extra something. Because this peptide mask, 20 bucks a thing, yeah, you don't want to waste this, because you'll have this on for about 20 minutes, and then the mask 20 minutes. And if you're really somebody who's just go all the time and damage all the time, you're going to be wasting your money on this, and you might just be the person that needs to go in and get the facelift, right? Because that's going to be the one thing that'll force you to heal and take a step back. But those are a very select few people. Most people, they have some time throughout their month to get a little extra TLC in. So I'm going to remove this. This is about 10-15 minutes. And even just in that, oh man, I'll take a before and after, but I don't even have a lot of line, and this sucker just got plumped out. So pay attention. And these puppies want to come off it. And even just in through there, I mean, I get decent sleep, but if any of you who are tuning in from the beginning can attest to this, if you want to comment, these guys definitely looked a little darker and a little puffier. And so all of these fine lines right in through here get plumped out, and it's like magic. I had concealer on before, and this actually looks now like I have concealer on. So, but I'll tell you, they come in a pack of 8. They're 48 bucks, and you do them for 1 a week, 20 minutes, and 2 months worth of eye treatment gets you probably 6 months worth of result. And then the more that you use it, the less you have to use them. So you can push them back to at least once every 2 weeks to 3 weeks if you're really feeling tired, or you can prolong the effects of it the more that you use it. So it's kind of like Botox. When you paralyze the muscle, over time it atrophies and it's not as strong, so you don't reflex it as quickly every single time. So, but then, as we know, our retinol mask, if you can kind of see how it was in the beginning, it was a little bit of that whiter color. As the vitamin C starts to oxidize with the ozone, or the oxygen in the room, it will start to turn this nice caramel color. And that's also what happens with the retinol. And that just means that everything is plumping to the surface. And that is a very, very, very good thing, because then we get all kinds of dewy skin. on top of the retinol then helping with pore size and congestion, so you actually simultaneously get all of the rest of that little crud that sits in our little cracks. We get back into the regular routine, right? So I would have cleansed normally, right? Wipes, take off makeup, cleanse, sprayer, a toner. So this is antioxidant hydromist with Dermalogica. Again, peptides, vitamin C, antioxidants, green tea, all the stuff you want. It has rose water, it has cloves in it, it has cucumber, chamomile, ginger, lemon. It's amazing. And it really, if anything, is going to help to use less serum. So the big thing I tell people about toner that a lot of people forget, a lot of people, not even forget, they just don't know it. Toner changes your pH to your skin. So if you have any sort of issue with breakouts or any sort of flushing or breakdown with the skin, or if you're noticing dull, lackluster skin, typically it's because it's been chronically staying in an alkaline state for the entire day. Anybody who washes their skin with something that is changing your pH, it will keep your skin chronically alkaline. And if you're oily and acne prone, all that bacteria that likes to eat at your oil normally would get killed off by acidic skin, right? Well, it's not acidic anymore. It's staying alkaline. So if it stays alkaline, then guess what? That bacteria gets in there, eats at your oil, causes the breakouts, boom. Not toning your skin, leaving it vulnerable for breakouts and breakdown and inflammation, because toning calms the skin down, it keeps that pH balance, but then it also, big important step, if you try and mop something up off the counter with a bone dry sponge, right? It doesn't absorb. You have to get that sponge a little wet first, wring it out, then absorb the rest of the sponge or the rest of the spill. Your skin's no different. So that toner is setting the stage so that you use about a fraction of the serum that you would normally use. So for my nightly routine, essentially I would take hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, and retinol. Now we have 3 different serums. I do have, this is a lot, I do have a one-stop shop. It's called Power Rich with Dermalogica, and it is these little tiny tubes that are peptides, moisturizer, vitamin C, retinol, all of it slammed into one, and hyaluronic acid slammed into one, but it's a serum, a retinol treatment, a vitamin C treatment, and a moisturizer, and it's $195 for 6 tubes that last you about 6 to 9 months for nightly treatment. However, 3 serums is kind of a lot, so I can see why people would just want to do the minimalist version for all intents and purposes. I like to control when I use what, because sometimes the retinol will be too much. Like it can cause too much irritation if you have sensitive skin. So typically retinol has to be regulated. But I use a tiny, tiny little bit of this because, again, you don't want to oversaturate the skin. The skin will only absorb so much. So if you're trying to be a product junkie like all of us are and just put it all on and try and rub it in, you're going to notice that it'll pill, it won't absorb, and you will be wasting money because it will just go into your hands, it'll go into your clothes, it'll go in down the sink, and you're going to be wasting your money. So I do a pea size amount, if not like a half a pea size or a half a pump, and then I come through with the vitamin C serum. Now, true vitamin C is going to look a little on the light yellow side, and if it's not a preservative or cheap vitamin C, it is going to start to darken, and it is physically going to smell like oranges or like citrus. And if it doesn't, it's either not working or it's too thinned out to actually be concentrated enough for you to get the vitamin C that you need on your skin. So you want your vitamin C to go bad, just like you want your SPF to go bad. You don't want preservatives that stay keeping a product fresh, because just like McDonald's hamburgers, if bacteria doesn't want to eat it, why should you? So vitamin C should go bad. Retinol, same thing. It will deactivate or go bad. So if you commit to doing serums, at least commit to it 1 a week. Try and carve out at least a weekend or night off where you can get those extra ingredients into your skin. Because if you're gonna buy it and never use it, and then you use it towards the end of the year, after 6 to 9 months when it's already, halfway to not working as much, it's just like taking Tylenol after it's expired. It just means it's weaker and it's not working, and you will constantly think, oh, this product is lying to me, but if you're not using your product, it won't work. So or if you wait to use your product because you buy so much of it, like a lot of my clients do. Or you're minimalist like some of my clients, and you'll buy something thinking that you'll change your behavior and you won't. So anyway, then we finalize with the Skin Hydrating Booster. This is just pure hyaluronic acid, and it is one of my favorites because I do that with the Barrier Defense Booster, and this is squalene oil. This also has chamomile and oatmeal, which are two anti-inflammatories that are crucial for sensitive skin. But they're both just oil, little droplet thingies, and I do a couple drops of the hyaluronic acid and then a couple drops of the Barrier Defense Booster. And let me tell you, you don't even need moisturizer. The squalene oil, it is, it's yummy. So squalene oil is made from olives. That's why if most of my clients who are tuning in right now, I always recommend olive oil. It's because if you want to be minimalist and you want to invest in the good serums, this is the one that you can skimp on because you can really just get olive oil. I mean, you'll have to work it a little bit more into the skin because it's like rubbing alcohol versus vodka, but at least you're not putting mineral oil or petroleum or something worse on your skin. So squalene, being crushed olives, it is a smaller molecule, so it goes into the skin better. So it's the closest in bioidentity, it's the closest in molecular weight to our own natural oil, which means it absorbs just like butter into the skin. So it is one of my favorite products. This is something I put on after every chemical peel, after every microdermabrasion, after every sensitive skin facial, after every dermaplaning, after a sunburn, after I get back from Vegas or the mountains, like anything that would dry me out and make me angry and irritated. This is my remedy for that. So last but not least, I am not going to forget eyes and lips because these are the bells and whistles. So cleansing, toning, and my little squalene oil bottle. That's as simple as it gets. Maybe I'll throw in an eye cream if I can remember to, and that's my daily. Cleanse, tone, moisturize. Simple as that. You can do that for your daytime too. Cleanse, tone, moisturize. As long as your moisturizer during the day has an SPF and you use a natural non-SPF moisturizer at night, that's as basic as it can get. If you want to be fancy and do your monthly or your bi-weekly or weekly extra bells and whistles, then you will do your serums, your eye pads, your décolleté mask, your regular mask, your exfoliant, your 2 different serums. You know, you'll get a little bit more extensive if you really want to do the anti-aging route, right? Because, you know, no foundation, hey. But last but not least, these 2 guys. So the Stress Positive Eye Relief and the Nightly Lip Treatment with Dermalogica. Okay, so notice how they're both kind of these cool metal ceramic tips. So the Stress Positive Eye Lift, whatever this is called. People just go, the positive stress one. I went, well, it's one way of looking at it. So you take out just a tiny little dollop, and that's enough for both eyes. And you want to apply. And then I work in circular motions, occipital lobe, right? And then I'm pressing into the brow bone and into the occipital lobe. Because this cool ceramic or this cool metal wand not only helps to infuse it deeper into the eye area, but then that cool, nice calm feeling reduces inflammation and puffiness and dark circles, all the stuff we, this is what we don't want to do. And if you're a product junkie, no, waste product. Especially because your occipital lobe doesn't have pores. So you don't do this. Don't do what I just did. This is an accident. Because if you don't have any pores in your occipital lobe, guess what? Nothing absorbs. Pores help things absorb. So it takes twice as long for these stupid things to get treated. And by stupid things, I mean your eyeballs. Skin around your eyeballs specifically. But these stupid little things don't want to absorb. So you really have to just kind of force it along there. There you go. And then last but not least is the Nightly Lip Treatment. Now this has shea butter in it, but it also has a higher concentration of retinol. And what is our favorite word of the day? Peptides, right? Peptides and retinol. Oh, all of the good stuff, right? Now, retinol deactivates during sun exposure during the day, right? So no retinol. Don't cheat and think, oh, I'm gonna do some of my routine during the day and some of it at night, because guess what? Vitamin C, retinol, acids, all done at night. Do not play with that because you will waste money. Again, waste money. So final little tip. So those of you, if you were noticing, quiz at the end, I'm only using product on my fingertips, right? Because what happens when we put it everywhere, we give our hands a very expensive treatment. Now, if you work outside and garden, if you give facials all day and work with your hands all day like I do, yeah, you want to be a little bit more product zealous, because guess what? You'll get anti-aging in your hands too. But if you don't, and you really don't want to waste your product like that, fingertips, right? Fingertips for everything. Because pores, right? No pores on your eyelash or excuse me, eye skin. No pores on your fingertips and soles of your feet. So hardest skin to absorb. Now for hands and feet, it's obvious because those are the thickest skin on the body, right? Your eyes are the thinnest skin, but they still don't have pores. Same with your lips. So it is twice as likely you are going to age in those two areas first because of the nature of not having pores. So ingredients don't absorb as well as they do the rest of the face, and then fine lines and all that crap that happens with your eye area as you start to age. Or just go fast and loose and get ridden hard and put away wet at 20, and then you start looking that way even into your 30s. So be careful, use retinol, hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, and the word of this whole little live video, peptides. My nightly routine, as well as my monthly to bi-weekly special nightly routine, always includes peptides. If you can do one thing for yourself, it will be peptides. Peptides, peptides, peptides. So thank you guys all for tuning in, and stick around. I will be giving way more videos in the future towards beauty, health, and skin tips, as well as kind of going into some fun nutrition facts, and then of course makeup, because if y'all are customers or fans of my makeup work, I've done videos in the past, but mostly geared towards makeup and costumes. So we'll definitely add a little bit of that in there, but I am going to be focusing more on skincare and beauty tips, as well as nutrition and health and fitness. If you have any concerns on anything with skincare wise, if you're allergic to anything, shoot me an email or shoot me a DM in the box below, or hit me up later, or just if you want to chat about skin, give me a holler, because I am always down. One last thing, if you have any requests, anything you want to know about, anything you want me to do, like makeup wise, or you want to see how I get perfect brows, you want to see how I shape, I will be doing a video on the golden ratio here soon, so stick around for that. And then as always, like, follow, subscribe, get on my YouTube channel, click that button, and you will be seeing this video up here soon if you want to watch it again. So toodaloo guys, bye.